What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me today on Crypto Lit. My name's Nathan, and today I've got a great video going over the differences between the Arculus and the Ledger cold storage wallets. Really excited about this one. You know, in this kind of market that we're in right now, the bear market, you definitely don't want to be storing your crypto on an exchange long term. So it's a really good idea to start moving and offloading your crypto from exchanges onto a more secure storage location. So today we're going to go over a couple of options. I'm going to tell you which one I prefer and why I prefer it. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Arculus wallet. I got this one in the mail the other day. Packaging, super cool looking. So we're going to go ahead and open this one up. I want to give a shout out to Arculus, who sent me this cold storage wallet to test out. You know, I've been a long-time Ledger user, and I reached out to Arculus. They've been gracious enough to send me one to test out and do this video on. So thank you very much to Arculus. I'm looking forward to getting into it. I have had experience with it and done installations of this before for family members, so I do have familiarity with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this one up, and I'll show you some of the positives about it. So when you open up the Arculus, this is what you're seeing. You have the card that you're going to scan with your phone or place against your phone to get access. And then you have the QR code that you're actually going out and downloading the Arculus wallet software off of. We're going to scan that code and pull it up. And this kind of goes into the ease of using Arculus. Everything is done very streamlined. Everything's right there for you. Really easy to get going. So let's go ahead and move down and download the Arculus wallet app. I'm going to grab it from Apple. We'll do a quick install of it. The install happens real quick, so let's go ahead and click the open button and we'll open up into the app itself. And you'll see here we just click the get started button. If you don't have the card, you could go ahead and click that button down here on the bottom that says no card, and it would take you to an area where you could buy the Arculus key card. But we'll go ahead and click the get started button. Terms and conditions, going to be that standard terms and conditions that you're going to get on any of these cold storage wallets. I'm going to click accept. So what it wants you to do is to hold the back of the Arculus card to the back of your phone. So this is the side I was mentioning you put up to the phone. You put it in line with your phone straight. You don't do it sideways. Just go ahead and put it straight on the phone, and that's what it scans to go ahead and let you into the app. We're going to choose to create a new wallet. Now, if you had lost your Arculus card and you were restoring your wallet, you'd click that option to restore wallet, and you would then enter in your seed phrase into the app to restore it. But we're going to go ahead and click create new wallet because we're doing a new one, a new setup here. All right, so the next step will be to enter in a 6-digit PIN code. And you really want to put something in, obviously, that you are going to remember and not have any problems with. So let's go ahead and pop in a code there for that. So once you've entered in your PIN code, it's going to then have you confirm the PIN code again to make sure that you're entering the same one twice. Now, once that PIN code's been entered in, it's going to ask you to, again, tap and hold your Arculus key card to the back of your smartphone. So one thing I'll mention about the card, when you are tapping it to the back of the phone to create your wallet, it failed a couple of times. And I think what it was is that my cell phone cover was interfering in it. So I've done this on other phones before and not had an issue. Maybe it's just my cell phone cover. So what I did is I went on ahead, took my cell phone cover off. And when I tap the card to the back of the phone, I tap up at the top of the phone right around the camera area, and that seemed to pick it up well enough and go ahead and scan it to create the new wallet. So the next thing we're going to go through is the recovery seed phrase. So they're going to give you 12 words that you want to go ahead and write down on the card that they provide. Go ahead, keep that card in a very safe location. If you ever lose your Arculus key card, you're going to need that recovery phrase to be able to get back in with another Arculus key card and access your crypto. So extremely important. Put that recovery phrase in a safe, put it in a lockbox, put it somewhere really secure that you can get back to it at a later time frame in case you need it. So the next thing you're going to do is, after you've written down your recovery phrase, you're going to click the button down at the bottom. I wrote down the phrase, and that's going to take you to the next step. So what they're going to do is they're going to show you a list of words that made up your recovery phrase. They're going to show you that at the bottom of the app, and it's just you have to go through and click on each one of them in order so that it populates your secret phrase all over again and takes you to the next step. And then last, you get the all set up notice from the app. So we're all set up, we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and click the button to go to the home screen. Now in the home screen, you're going to see that we have no digital assets loaded on this one so far. But down at the bottom, you'll see you have your wallet. You have the ability to send from the wallet, buy and swap crypto, and then see the history of your transactions. So the basic thing that you're going to want to do here is click to add assets. And we'll just go ahead and start off with Bitcoin. So what we're going to do is click Bitcoin, turn that on, and let's go ahead and go down and do Ethereum too. And we'll click the apply. And now you see that we have a wallet set up for both Bitcoin and Ethereum within the app. You can click on that Bitcoin, go in, click the receive button, and that's going to give you a new address to be able to send Bitcoin to. So you'd be able to then transfer crypto into this cold storage wallet and store it for long-term basis until you need to transfer it off to either sell it or send it to somebody for a payment. So that's the basics of the Arculus system. You have the key card, you have your PIN code, and you've got the app on the phone. So anytime that you need to make a transaction in Arculus, you basically open up the app, go ahead and do what you want to do, you get it all set up, whether it's a transfer out or a purchase for buy and swap or whatever. You go ahead and get that all set up, and it's going to ask you to confirm your passcode or your PIN code. And when you pop that in, it's always going to then ask you to put your Arculus key card to the back of the phone to confirm. So it's that three-step or three-part process: the app, the PIN code, the key card, that keeps your crypto secure on Arculus. So let's go ahead and take a quick walkthrough on how we would send crypto out of the Arculus wallet. So we'll go ahead and flip over to the application right here. I've gone on ahead and loaded some Bitcoin into the app, and we're going to go ahead and click the send button here. And I'm going to then paste an address in and click done. We're going to send a very small amount of Bitcoin, only about $30 worth. So to do that, I've got the address in, I've got the amount. We'll go ahead and click the next, and then it's going to ask you for your PIN code. So I'll type that in. So after you've gone on ahead and typed in your PIN code, it's going to ask you to go ahead and verify the final step of the process by putting the key card to the back of the phone. Now I don't want to transfer anything off, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel it. So that's basically how a transfer out using Arculus goes. Super simple. Everything is very straightforward and easy to use. And that's one of the reasons why I love the Arculus wallet. Like I said, I've used the Ledger in the past. It's a bit cumbersome to work with and kind of unintuitive sometimes. So if you're not used to cold storage wallets, then the Ledger can be a little bit difficult. The Arculus is much simpler. But yeah, as far as Arculus goes, the easeability of it is the main draw for me. It's still very secure. You can have your key card in a separate location or in a lockbox or a safe or something like that.
and you can't do any transactions without it. Now, looking at Arculus, the one thing that I do see is quite different from Ledger is Arculus does not currently have near as many coins that you can add into the application on the phone. So things like Polkadot, Solana, and Cardano, for instance, those are still missing as coins that you can load onto the wallet. So I reached out to Arculus, and they said that their development team is continuing to put new coins into the application on a regular basis. If you look up the application on like the Apple Store, for instance, and you see the different updates that have come through it, they're showing which coins have been added for those updates. So they are continuing to work on getting those additional altcoins into the wallet, and because of the usability of this system, I think it's super attractive right now, even though it doesn't have some of those other altcoins that I would want to put onto it. But over time, they're going to get those other altcoins into the app, and it's going to work perfectly. So that's the Arculus. That's why I like it so much. Let's go ahead and flip back over to my camera here and look at the Ledger. And so one of the things that I have with the Ledger, when you first click onto it, it's going to have you enter your PIN code. Now, I will say that the Ledger PIN code, it's an 8-digit as opposed to a 6-digit one for Arculus. So inherently, that's going to make it a little bit more secure on the PIN code. I will also say that the Ledger has a 24-word seed phrase that you have to use to be able to operate in it. So that makes it a little bit more secure as well. But it's very cumbersome to be able to move through it. So you hit the left side number or left side button here to go down. You'll hit the right side button to go up. And once you get to the one you want, you press both buttons and it flips to the next side. So easeability standpoint, not as easy to use because you're using some controls on the Ledger itself that just are a little bit more cumbersome, whereas on Arculus, that PIN code's being entered into your phone directly. Now, Ledger, because it's been around for so long, it does have a lot more altcoins that you can store on the Ledger wallet. So that's one good thing. But the biggest thing that I have with the Ledger, when I got it out of the box. I turned it on, was working on it, but I hadn't plugged it in directly just yet. And it ran out of charge. And ever since then, the battery will not charge on it. So I really can't store much on here with a lot of confidence because as soon as it's unplugged, bang, it's off. So it came to me with a faulty battery. That was really annoying, to say the least. So that was a major flaw for me on the Ledger wallet. If I can't trust the battery to take a charge straight out of the box, then how am I going to trust it to have my crypto on it? Who's to say that sooner or later it stops working entirely and I've got a bunch of crypto on it? And then what do? Well, I have to go through the process of going out, buying another Ledger, going through the process of setting the account back up, putting my seed phrase back in, getting a restore on it. But the whole thing to me just, I had some reservations about really putting anything onto it because of that problem. So I really haven't, although I've had it and I've used it, it's not something I've really relied on heavily for my cold storage. So that's been the downside for me for Ledger. I think they're secure. I think they've got a lot of the ability to store a lot of altcoins onto it, but the usability of it is not near as good as the Arculus. Having to use the Ledger itself, the Ledger interface itself, is not near as easy as using the app for Arculus is. Everything I can do on Arculus is done on the phone, and then I'm just tapping the key card for my confirmation and putting in my PIN code. So Arculus is much more straightforward, much simpler to use. I think it's a better product, and that's why I'm turning to Arculus for my future cold storage needs. I hope you got a lot of good information out of this video of Arculus versus Ledger. If you like the video, go ahead and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so that you get all future videos and you stay in the know on what's going on in crypto. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. See you guys on the next video.